Hi, welcome to the Learning Centre. Let's have a look at how to use paragraphs. There are two things that we have to answer really. The first is why do we use paragraphs, and the second is how do we use paragraphs. Well, why do we use paragraphs is easy to answer. We use paragraphs to separate our ideas when we're writing. If we don't use paragraphs, text appears as a large, overwhelming block. If we separate the different ideas with paragraphs, it gives the reader a visual clue and makes it easier for them to follow what they're reading. So how do we build paragraphs? Well, there are two parts to good paragraphs. The first is structure and the second is unity. The structure of a paragraph should have three parts. You begin with a topic sentence, which states the topic, the central idea of the paragraph. Then you have supporting sentences which develop that idea by providing evidence, explanation, and examples. And then finally you have a closing sentence which relates the examples and evidence back to your thesis, the overall point you're making, and it could also lead the reader into the next paragraph by linking. Another way to imagine this structure is to think of a hamburger with thin bun on the top and bottom and then a large meaty filling. The thin bun at the top is the topic sentence. The meaty filling is the supporting sentences with their evidence, explanation, and examples. And then the closing sentence is the thin bun at the bottom of the burger. So what about unity? Well, the unity of a paragraph is important, and it just means that everything in the paragraph should belong there, and it should all link back to the topic sentence at the beginning of the paragraph. A way to imagine this, when I was a kid, I grew up in England, which was very cold, and my brothers and I used to have loads of coats and jumpers which we would just throw on the floor of the hallway when we came through the front door. So after a while, my dad put some hooks on the wall and he put nameplates next to the hooks, and everybody had to hang their clothes on the hook that was next to their nameplate. That nameplate is like your topic sentence. And the clothes hanging on the hook are your examples, your evidence, your explanation, the supporting sentences in the middle of your paragraph. Just like all the clothes hanging on the hook have to belong to the person whose name is next to the hook, all of the supporting sentences, all of the evidence, the examples, and the explanation have to belong to, they have to link back clearly to the topic sentence at the beginning of the paragraph. If you find something in your paragraph which doesn't link back to the topic sentence, doesn't build on it in some way, then it's probably in the wrong paragraph and you should think about moving it to somewhere else. Okay, I'd like you to pause the video, have a look at this paragraph here and see if you can identify the topic sentence, the supporting sentences, and the closing sentence. How did you go? Here you can see the answer. The first sentence is the topic sentence. It lists the main points that the paragraph is going to look into: grammar, punctuation, and word usage. The supporting sentences give more details about grammar, punctuation, and word usage. And the closing sentence links everything together, going back to that original point of how attention to grammar, punctuation, and word usage can get you better marks for your assignments. I hope this has been useful for you. Good luck with your writing and goodbye.